Hey, how's it going, YouTube? Just hanging out in this hammock, and I wanted to go a little more in depth with my whole video about why I think coercion is one of those better methods to use on people that are a part of, like, I would say, like, Gen Z and above, not above age, but like after. So young Gen Z and younger. I uh I think that most of those generations have been kind of induced into a fear mindset. They grew up with problem after problem after problem. It depends on how old you are exactly, but some people even remember things like Y2K. That was probably one of the very initial things. And then immediately after that, you have 9/11 and then the war on terror and all that. And then it leads up into, the 2008 financial crisis. And you don't have to look that far back even to see these fear mindsets acting out, like during the pandemic, and everyone was panic buying toilet paper of all things. I think that they are just kind of programmed into a fear mindset. So coercion works well with them. And some guy commented previous on my previous video about this, saying that coercion is illegal. No, it's not. It Some forms of coercion are illegal, very illegal. Blackmail, illegal. Extortion, illegal. But coercion has many forms, and a lot of them don't even seem like coercion, and that's the thing. So, we're like institutionalized, very much so, from Gen Z, and then, like I said, beyond. I would like to go more in depth about this, but I think it is very much true that they have a fear mindset, and you see this with things like the depression rates, the anxiety rates, all the psychosomatic issues that people have, constantly talking about trauma problems, etc., etc. And it is almost guaranteed that you're more coercible when you have these problems, okay? And again, this isn't the last video I'll make about this. I will go into the weeds and look in the DSM and stuff like that and cross-relate them with some sociology and everything else. But I promise you, if you were born in Gen Z and beyond, you probably are easily coercible, okay? You don't respond to things like rewards because you don't feel you deserve them, okay? I'm not saying everybody, I'm just saying as a general rule, okay? You don't respond to rewards. You don't have ideology to begin with, not a real one, not a concrete one. Almost always, okay? And ego, yeah, maybe a little bit ego, but again, when you have constant problems with anxiety and depression, you're not responding to your ego the same way as you should be, and thus, coercion is more effective, okay? And I know that people would disagree with this, but again, I can promise you that people in these generations respond far more often towards negative context than they do positive ones. And I don't like that at all. I think it's messed up because I don't respond to coercion at all. I think it's funny actually when people try. But that being said, this generation 100% does. if you can stick a nail under somebody, you can reef them off any object with it, okay? You could dangle $100 in front of them and it would not be as effective. It wouldn't be. You can't use their ideologies, and I know this myself because I work with programs that are ideology based, and even when you talk to people who say they believe in those things, it doesn't work. You can't do it, okay? And maybe I'm just bad at it, but I don't think so. I think that by and large, it's how society has developed over the years and the events taking place that have solely programmatically changed people and how they process things. But yeah, go ahead and tell me I'm wrong in the comments and like and subscribe.